2 a.m., your name's still glowing on a screen that never lights. I type your name, then erase it, like I do with all these nights. I tell myself you're just busy, but my heart already knows. If loving me was easy, you wouldn't let me go. I replay the sound of your voice like it's the last thing I own. Every message I never sent feels heavier alone. I left my heart on red tonight, blue check but no reply. You saw my love, you chose the silence. Watch me fall in real time. I gave you all my honest truth. You gave me space and time. I left my heart on red tonight and pretended I was fine. Your laugh still lives in my memory, like a song I can't skip. I scroll through all our moments just to feel your fingertips. They say time heals everything, but time just taught me pain. How to miss someone who's breathing, but will never say my name. I memorize your breathing when you slept beside my chest. Now I sleep with all these questions and a heart that I won't get a rest. I left my heart on red tonight, blue check but no reply. You saw my love, you chose the silence. Watch me fall in real time. I gave you all my honest truth. You gave me space and time. I left my heart on red tonight and pretended I was fine. Maybe I loved you louder than you ever loved me back. Maybe I built forever on a moment that didn't last. If silence is your answer, then I finally understand. Some people read your heart, but never hold your hand. I left my heart on red tonight. No anger, no goodbye. Just an answer, are you okay? And another sleepless night. I won't beg you for attention. I won't cross that lonely line. I left my heart on red tonight. Now I'm learning how to survive. If you ever miss me someday, I hope you read this truth instead. I didn't lose you, baby. I just left my heart on red. There's a suitcase by the doorway, still smells like yesterday. Different walls, unfamiliar shadows, the pain followed me anyway. The ceiling doesn't know my secrets, the floor doesn't creak my name. I whisper you into the darkness, like maybe you'll hear the same. I lie awake in borrowed silence, wearing someone else's light, trying to feel at home in another lonely night. I'm crying in a room that isn't mine, with memories I can't leave behind. Your ghost is sitting on the bed, saying everything you never said. I changed the city, changed the view, but every road still leads to you. I'm breaking quietly inside, crying in a room that isn't mine. There's a mirror on the far wall, it doesn't recognize my face. I look like someone who survived, forgot how to feel safe. I unpacked all my good intentions, left the bad ones in my chest. I thought distance would save me, but it only made you rest. Your absence speaks in echoes, every step feels out of place. I keep waiting for a feeling that time forgot to erase. I'm crying in a room that isn't mine, with memories I can't leave behind. Your ghost is sitting on the bed, saying everything you never said. I changed the city, changed the view, but every road still leads to you. I'm breaking quietly inside, crying in a room that isn't mine. Maybe home was never a place, it was your arms around my pain. Now I'm renting peace by the hour, paying interest in tears and rain. If I stay long enough, will I heal, or just learn how to pretend? I keep running from the ending, but I trip over you again. I'm crying in a room that isn't mine, learning how to sleep alone at night. Your name is written in the air, like you were never really there. One day this room will feel like home, one day I won't feel this alone. But tonight I'm losing the fight, crying in a room that isn't mine. If walls could talk, they'd tell you why I'm still yours in every line, until I find a place to stay. I'll cry here just one more night. Your name still lives on my tongue, like a prayer I'm scared to pray. Every time someone asks about you, I look away. It's been months and maybe longer, but time don't feel the same. 'Cause healing isn't linear, and neither is the pain. I avoid the streets we walked on, like they know what I've become. A heart learning how to beat again, without where it came from. Your name still hurts to say, like I'm reopening a wound. It echoes through my chest, like an empty room. I've learned how not to cry stay. But no matter how far I run, your name still hurts to say. I deleted all our pictures, but they're burned into my mind. Every laugh, every silence, every almost, every sign. I tried loving someone new, but my heart just froze in place. 'Cause they don't touch me like you did. They don't say like your face. I still flinch when someone whispers words you used to say. Love shouldn't feel like a memory that refuses to fade. Your name still hurts to say, like I'm real over a one. It echoes through my chest like an empty room. I've learned how not to cry. I've learned how not to stay. But no matter how far I run, your name still hurts to say. Maybe one day I'll say it softly, without breaking in my voice. Maybe loving you is fate, but leaving was your choice. If silence is the closure, then I guess this is my fate. Learning how to let you go without learning how to hate. Your name still hurts to say, but I'm saying it less each day. The pain doesn't scream as loud, but it never goes away. I don't wish you any harm. I don't wish you'd stay. I just wish it didn't hurt this much. Every time I say your name fades in the distance, but it still knows the way to every scar inside my heart that your love left to stay. I never raised my voice, I never slammed the door. I just loved you silently and lost myself some more. I memorized your moves, like they were written law. I learned when not to speak, I learned when not to want. You never asked me to disappear, but somehow I did. I folded all my feelings small so yours could fit. Loving you was my quiet mistake. No scars to show, just the ache. I gave you pieces I can't replace, and smiled while I slowly broke. You never meant to hurt me. I know that's what makes it harder to take, 'cause nobody lost but me. Loving you was my quiet mistake. Quiet mistake. I watered all your dreams while mine stayed in the shade. I called it compromise, but I was just afraid. You shined without a doubt, I dimmed without a sound. I thought that was what love was, until I looked around. I kept waiting for you to notice all the ways I changed, but you fell in love with who I was before the pain. Loving you was my quiet mistake. No scars to show, just the ache. I gave you pieces I can't replace, and smiled while I slowly broke. You never meant to hurt me. I know that's what makes it harder to take, 'cause nobody lost but me. Loving you was my quiet mistake. Loving you was my quiet mistake, but I don't regret every day. Some love teaches you gently what not to give away. I won't blame you for leaving, I won't beg you to stay. I'll just carry the lesson from my quiet mistake. I'm learning how to love myself without asking permission. The quiet is finally mine, and so is my reflection. I wake up and put my face on, like armor for the day. Mirror says you're doing fine. I practice what to say. I tie my pain in little knots and tuck it out of sight, 'cause every time I tell the truth, they say you'll be alright. I learned how to laugh on cue, learned how to change the subject too. It's easier to play okay than explain what I'm going through. I smile so nobody asks if I'm breaking in half. I joke like I'm over it all, so nobody looks too fast. I dance around the truth like it's something in the past. I smile so nobody asks how bad it actually hurts. I show up late but leave early. I don't stay long anymore. Crowded rooms feel lonelier than sleeping on the floor. They tell me I look happier. I nod like it's a win. If only they could hear the noise I keep locked under my skin. I don't cry where people sit. I save it for the drive home. My tears fall like they're scared of being known. I smile so nobody asks if I'm breaking in half. I joke like I'm over it all, so nobody looks too fast. I dance around the truth like it's something in the past. I smile so nobody asks how bad it actually hurts. If someone looked me in the eyes and waited for my mask to fall, I don't know if I'd run away or tell them everything at once. Maybe I'm scared of healing. Maybe I'm used to the pain. When sadness feels like home, happiness feels strange. I smile so nobody asks, but tonight I'm done with that. I don't wanna be brave anymore, I just wanna collapse. If loving me means listening, even when it's hard, then maybe I'll stop smiling and let you see my heart. I'm tired of pretending I'm strong just to make it through the day. But for now I'll wear the smile and hide the words I can't say. We were talking about someday like it already passed, picking names for children, making promises that laughed. Your hand was on my shoulder like it always had been. I didn't see the ending in the way you breathed in. You said this doesn't feel right, like it came out of the blue. But I was already breaking before I heard the truth. We broke up in the middle of forever, halfway through our dreams. 1 minute we were everything, now you're just a memory. We built a life in sentences we never got to live. We broke up in the middle of forever, with nothing left to give. Still drive by the places where our future used to stay. That house we talked about, now just another way. You said you needed freedom, I said I understood. But love shouldn't feel like losing everything that was good. I packed away our future in a box under my bed, labeled things we almost were, and everything you said. We broke up in the middle of forever, halfway through our dreams. 1 minute we were everything, now you're just a memory. We built a life in sentences we never got to live. We broke up in the middle of forever, with nothing left to give. If I'd known that night was ending, I would have held you tighter. If I knew goodbye was coming, I would have fought harder. Love doesn't give warnings, it just quietly breaks. One person stops believing and the other one waits. We broke up in the middle of forever, and I still don't know when. You stopped seeing us in it and started seeing the end. I don't hate you, I just miss who we were pretending to be. We broke up in the middle of forever, and you took the future from me. Somewhere there's a version of us that made it all the way. I visit them in my dreams, then wake up to today. The lights are off, but my mind's awake. Thoughts run louder in the dark. I replay every word you said, like it's written on my heart. I pour another glass of silence, let it burn going down. It's easier to lie to myself than feel you not around. I tell my friends I'm doing fine, I tell my mirror lies. The truth only shows up when I close my eyes. I sleep better when I pretend that you're just running late, that you still miss me sometimes, that love didn't change. I sleep better when I pretend this ache will fade with time. Reality hits too hard at night, so I dream you're still mine. I dream you're still mine. Your jacket's hanging by the door, like you might walk back in. I don't move it, I don't clean, I don't let the healing begin. I memorize your breathing, so silence feels too loud. The bed is way too big now for the ghosts we sleep around. keep the TV talking so I don't hear my pain. But when the noise fades out, you say my name. I sleep better when I pretend that you're just running late, that you still miss me sometimes, that love didn't change. I sleep better when I pretend this ache will fade with time. Reality hits too hard at night, so I dream you're still mine. Maybe tonight's a pillow that I rest my head on. If I accept the truth, I won't make it till dawn. They say closure brings peace, but peace feels like goodbye. I'd rather hold a lie than face another night. I sleep better when I pretend, but the morning always knows. The sun doesn't lie to me, it shows what you chose. I'll learn how to face the dark without your ghost beside. But tonight I need the light just to survive. Dreaming's the only place where you still say my name. Then let me stay asleep a little longer in the pain. You didn't slam the door, you didn't say a thing, you just stopped explaining, like love didn't mean. Your shoes are still by the stairs, your cup's still by the sink. You left without leaving, and I don't know what to think. I waited for a message, like it might save my life. Every second felt louder in the quiet. Your silence is louder than goodbye. It screams in every room. I would have survived the truth, but not the space you left so soon. You didn't say we're over, you didn't say to try. Your silence is louder than goodbye, and I don't know why. I replay our last conversation, looking for a sign. Maybe I missed the moment where you changed your mind. I practiced what I'd say to you if you ever called, but the phone just keeps reminding me you won't. screams in every room. I would have survived the truth, but not the space you left so soon. You didn't say we're over. You didn't say to try. Your silence is louder than goodbye, and I don't know why. Your silence is your language. Then tell me what it means. Is this mercy or cruelty? Hiding in between. I would have taken any answer, even if it broke my heart. But you left me with the question, and that's the hardest part. Your silence is louder than goodbye, but I'm learning how to breathe. I'm picking up the pieces you were too afraid to leave. One day I won't listen for footsteps that won't arrive. But tonight your silence is louder than goodbye. If you ever find the words you forgot to say, I'll be somewhere learning how to walk away. You walked into my life like summer into spring, bright and warm and fleeting, but you never meant to stay. I held your hand too tightly, I learned too much too fast. Every moment felt eternal, but I knew it couldn't last. I stayed awake at night, counting how much I gave. You left with half a heart, while I stayed with the grave. I loved you longer than you stayed, gave my all, but you walked away. I built forever on borrowed days. I loved you longer than you stayed. Your laughter echoes softly through rooms we'll never share. I memorized your heartbeat and tried to keep you there. You promised me forever, but forever wasn't your plan. You left with empty pockets, and I held your hand. I don't blame you for leaving, I just wish I could forget the time I gave to freely to someone who never met. I loved you longer than you stayed. Gave my all, but you walked away. I built forever on borrowed days. I love you longer than you stayed. Maybe love isn't measured by how long we remain. Maybe it's just moments that teach us how to paint. But every memory lingers, and every scar will fade. Still I loved you longer than you stayed. I loved you longer than you stayed. Every tear, every word, every day. I learned how to break and break again. I loved you longer than you stayed. Time will heal the sorrow, time will dull the blade, but my heart will remember I loved you longer than you stayed. The nights were long, the shadows loud. I walked alone through the crowd. Every corner held a memory. Every echo spoke of you and me. I thought the pain would never end, but time became a quiet friend. It taught me how to face the rain and sit with my own name. I let the tears fall freely. I let the silence speak. The sadness found me slowly and no longer felt weak. When the sadness finally learned my name, it stopped knocking, it stopped the blame. It stayed with me, soft and kind, teaching my heart to realign. No anger, no yelling, no fight, just quiet nights and pale moonlight. When the sadness finally learned my name, it whispered, you'll be okay. I walked through rooms that once felt cold, picked up the pieces of stories untold. Every scar became a song, a lesson in where I belong. The echoes of love, of loss, of pain are no longer chains, they're rain, watering seeds I didn't know I'd grow, and teaching my heart to let go. I breathe without flinching, I sleep without fear. The sadness is patient, it's always near. When the sadness finally learned my name, it stopped knocking, it stopped the blame. It stayed with me, soft and kind, teaching my heart to realign. No anger, no yelling, no fight, just quiet nights and pale moonlight. When the sadness finally learned my name, it whispered, you'll be okay. Some nights I still miss what was lost. Some days I pay the cost, but the storm doesn't rule my sky. I learned how to say goodbye, and even if the pain returns, I know how to let it burn. Not consume, not destroy, not shame. It just calls me by my name. When the sadness finally learned my name, it stayed, it didn't leave the same. It held me close, let me be, and slowly taught me to breathe. I am here, I am whole, I am learning to be me again. The sadness knows my name, and now I know its friend.